I'm assuming that everyone has heard that the U.S. federal budget deficit is a problem, okay? Whether you believe it or not, I think everybody's heard that. First, some vocabulary. Deficit equals G greater than T, and it's annual. Okay? Deficit is what happens in the annual federal budget when spending is greater than tax revenues. Okay? Debt, public debt is cumulative. The debt right now is $12 trillion, somewhere in that ballpark. That sounds like a lot of money. It is a lot of money. But the size of the debt isn't indicative of a problem. Who owes more money? Bill Gates or you? Absolutely Bill Gates. You know, he's got a house that's 15,000 square feet, and you know, he owes, no doubt he owes more money than all of you, okay? Or me, even for that matter. Okay, is he in worse financial shape than you are right now? No. So the bigness of the debt doesn't determine anything. Okay. The problem is that the debt is growing, and it's growing unsustainably. So if you look at debt, it's an exponential growth rate, which cannot continue. Okay. Now, the problem is the following. Okay. Deficits have kind of three effects on the economy. Deficits. Let's think about this. Let's look at our income expenditure model. All right. G minus T is our deficit. If we raise the deficit, then we are increasing spending or cutting taxes or both. Right? How do you show the effects of this on EP? Yeah. Goes up. Okay. Government spending directly shifts it up. If it's a tax on consumer spending that goes to tax on personal income, we consume more. If it's a tax cut on business income, businesses invest more. EP goes up. The economy booms. More output, more jobs. Everybody's happy. That's the good side. Okay. What's the bad side? As GDP grows, what happens to money demand? It goes up, right? More income, more spending, more money demand. Okay, so this is our money demand curve for Y1. This is our money demand curve for Y2. They go up. Again, this isn't rocket science. Think about it. Increased demand for money has got to cause the price to rise. Okay? We did have a bunch of private businesses borrowing money for investment, right? Now the government steps in and says, we want to borrow money too. But the supply has not changed. Okay? So there's more demand now than there was, and that's got to push interest rates up. And when it does, what do some private businesses decide? Higher interest rate, lower investment, lower EP, lower Y. Okay? So the EP curve shifts back down, or at least in a downward direction. Okay? So at least some of that short-term gain goes away. right? But there's something more important going on here. If you think of the composition of GDP, there's two kinds of goods or services in the world, durable and not. Services are not durable, they don't last, right? You provide them, they're gone. Unless we videotape the lecture, in which case they become durable. Okay. The other way to think about this is to say there are two kinds of goods in the world, consumption goods and investment goods, meaning non-durable and durable, essentially. Okay? C plus I. Non-durable and durable. Okay? Now, when government increased its spending, this component went up because much of what government does with its money is not durable.